Tavach and welcome to Daf Yomi Maseches Taanit Daf Ches 28. It's going to be an amazing week this week. We're going to start Maseches Megillah, probably most people's favorite Masechta. A lot of Agadat talks about Purim, probably most Jews' favorite holiday. Some people dressing up, some people Mishloach Mano, some people getting shikar. Everyone has their own. I think everyone's favorite day is Purim of the year. And the least favorite day is Yom Kippur. Get the fast. All right. The Gemara, we'll start from the top of Chaf Chedam and Aleph. Parsha Gedola Koren Osa B'Shnayim B'Shachas U'Musaf V'Mincha Koren Al Piyani Bailu. Heichi Kamar. What does the Mishnah mean to say? B'Shachas V'Musaf Koren Osa B'Sefer. We're talking about the people from the Maimid, Anshe Maimid. They used to go into the Beit Knesset where they lived in their cities in Yerushalayim. Only the people from Yerushalayim, they said, were part of it. They used to go to their cities in Yerushalayim and their neighborhoods in Yerushalayim. And they used to read the Sefer Torah. So it says, Shachas Musa Koratza B'Sefer. They read from the Sefer Torah. Mincha Koratza Al Peh. And Mincha, they wouldn't read from the Sefer Torah. They read it Al Peh. Koran Shema, like you read the Shema. Udilma Achi Gasani. B'Shachas Koratza B'Sefer. Musa Mincha Koratza Al Peh. Musa Mincha, you both of those you read Al Peh. Koran Shema. Tashma. Sanya B'Shachas Musa Nechlas L'Beit Knesset. So Koran Kedachshe Koran Kol Hashana. Shachas and Musaf, they read the way you read from the Torah scroll the rest of the year, out loud and publicly from a real Torah scroll. Well, the Mincha Yachid Korah Sal Peh. And Mincha, in each individual, or one individual from the Kehillah, from the Kal, he reads it from, I guess, a Chumash or a Siddur, and he's motzi everybody. Could he be multi other people without a Torah scroll? Torah scroll you need. In order to be most people, you need a Torah scroll. Ella Kulin Eknas Mekarnas Al Peh Korin Ashar Yossi holds that each individual person would read it from the Chumash, not one person would read it for everybody. Kol Yom Sheyesh Bo Halal Ein Bo Maimid. Ma Hefresh Benzel is that. Each day there's a Halal of Halal, so there's no Maimid. Meaning that we said before that according to one opinion that the Korban Eitzim is Docha Ne'ilah, but it's not Docha Mincha. So why is Mincha not pushed aside? Ma'avesh Ben Zalazal Al Direi Torah, but Al Direi Sofer. Mincha has a makor for the Torah. One in brachos that it could either be from we learned from the Karbanos, Korban Tamid Shal Ben Arbayim. You learn from Yitzchak also, so maybe it's a Makar D'Oraisa, but Nila is only D'Rabbanan. Zman Atzei Kohanim Ba'am. Tarabban Lama Hustra Cholomer Zman Atzei Kohanim Ba'am. What's the significance of these days of Atzei, the bringing of the logs to the base of the Mikdash by the Kohanim? Amruk Sha'alu Bnei Agola Lamatu Eitzim Balishka. When they went up from Bavel, after to rebuild the base of Mikdash, they didn't find enough firewood. These 9 families donated from their personal stash wood for the base of Mikdash. The Nevi'im that were around at that time made a Tanai at that point. Even in future years where there's plenty of firewood, we should accept the Nadava each year from these families and use their wood. HaKohanim Alavim Ha'am Lahavi L'Beis Elokeinu L'Beis Eloseinu L'Itim Mizumanim Shana B'Shana L'Var Al Mizbeach Hashem Elokeinu K'Klasu B'Torah talks about how these Goralos, they did a Goral to determine the Goral is not really always a lottery, it's just they determined these were the days they brought they donated the wood. So it was Nikva, it was determined that in the future these days would be Yom Tov for these families. They would accept the wood for them every year. Mentioned in the Mishnah people who were stealing pestles used to grind something up. You have mortar is like the kli that you put something and spices in. The Eli used to mash it up like one of those what are those things called? Call your in Israel juja. Not a hand mixer. It's like a blender, hand blender. I think it's called. So the Gemara says, one time, the first Shem was talking about the second base on Mikdash. They made a Gzeir al Yishal Shalaya view Eitzim Ma'aracha. That they shouldn't bring wood to the base of Mikdash to light to perform karbonos. They made a Gzeira. They didn't want them to observe karbonos during that era. Shalaya view Bikurim Shalayim. They also wanted them to stop bringing from Bikurim the first fruits to Yerushalayim. Shivu Prus Dos al Adrachim. They put sentries, police officers. They put them to make sure these people wouldn't violate the terms. Also, in the days of Yerav Minavat, you wanted people to stop going to Yerushalayim to worship at the base of Mikdash, similar to Yerav Minavat. What did the kosher, the righteous people in that generation do? They wanted Makayim Bikurim anyway. They brought baskets full of Bikurim. They put on top of them cakes of figs. They put a pestle on their shoulder, like they're going to grind up these figs. When they got to the police officers, where are you going? We're going to smash up these fig cakes. We're going to have a mechteshes, we're going to have a grinder, a place to grind them. We're going to use this pestle, this grinder on our shoulder to do it. Once they passed the guards, they adorned the Bikurim with fancy baskets, and they brought them to Yerushalayim. Tana hein b'nei Salmai hana tufti. Also, this is similar to the story of Salmai and Tufti. B'nei Salmai and Tufti. What was the story of this family? Amru Pamachas Gazra Malchus here al Yishal. Different time. They say again, this is in the second base of Mikdash era, where Klal Yishal did not really have autonomy most of the time, only based on Mikdash. Shaloyavi Eitzil Ma'rocha. They shouldn't bring firewood. Yeshivu Prusdos al Adrachim. Again, they put these police officers on the way there. Shahushu Yerav Minavat al Adrachim Shalayavu Yisrael Regel like Yerav Minavat and Masu Yereich Shavos Ador. What did the God-fearing people in that generation do? Heviu Gizrayan Vasu Sulamos. They took the pieces of wood which were used for firewood. They assembled it into a ladder. They put the ladders on their shoulders. They went. When they went to the guards, Amru Lahem, where are you going? Amru Lahem, we're going to bring birds. We have birds in the upcoming city. We want to use their ladders to get to the bird cage or the bird nest. Once they passed the guards, they dismantled the ladders and into pieces of firewood. Regarding these people, it says, Zecher Tzadik L'Bracha. The memory of a tzaddik should be for bracha. The opposite, Rav Minavad, the Rasha, his name should rot. Esrim bo b'nei Pchas Moav ben Yehuda. Tana b'nei Pchas Moav ben Yehuda. Hein b'nei David ben Yehuda. Divrei Meir. The Meir says that this family of Pchas ben Moav was actually from the family of David HaMelech, who was from the tribe of Yehuda. Divrei Meir. Yossi Omer Hein b'nei Yoav ben Tzruya. He says this family actually was from the children of Yoav ben Tzruya. It's connected to Moav because David came from Rus, who was from Moav. Yoav ben Tzruya. Tzruya was the sister of David, so she also came from Moav. Esra me'elel b'nei Adin ben Yehuda. Tanar b'nei Adin ben Yehuda. Hein b'nei David ben Yehuda. David Rabbi Yehuda. Meir Yehuda says this family was actually David's family. Yossi Amar Hein b'nei Yoav ben Tzruya. Rabbi Yossi again says that this is actually b'nei Yoav ben Tzruya. We'll see it's machlokes what Rabbi Yossi really held. Who's our Mishnah? Lo Rabbi Meir, the Lo Rabbi Yehuda V'lo Rabbi Yossi. You can't be either any of these Tanoim. Either a Meir or this new Shabo B'nei David Ben Yehuda Shnia. Shavu B'nei David Ben Yehuda Shnia. According to him, David Ben Yehuda's family came twice. It should be the second one. Rabbi Yehuda. Should have said that Ben David did it twice. Rabbi Yehuda, listening Shavu B'nei David Ben Yehuda Shnia. Again, should be a second mention of David Ben Yehuda. Rabbi Yossi, listening Shavu B'nei Yav Ben Sruya Shnayim. Either opinion of Rabbi Yossi, either Brisa holds that B'nei Yav Ben Sruya, even though it wasn't one of the original families, but Rabbi Yossi said in two Brisas, two different families were identified as Yav Ben Sruya. All of them Rabbi Yossi, but Shrei Tanai Ali, but the Rabbi Yossi, really there's two opinions, and Rabbi Yossi weren't sure Rabbi Yossi's opinion was. There was only one family, Yav Ben Sruya, and that was either Bnei Adam Ben Yehuda or Bnei Pchas Ben Moav Ben Yehuda. Ve'echad b'tevis lo haya bo maimin. Amar le Mark Shisha b'reider Rav Chisda Rav Ashi. My shna halel the dachi didei. My shna musaf the lo dachi didei. We said before that if there's halel, it pushes away shachris, and if there's is musaf, and there's the Rosh Chodesh Teves had three things. The Rosh Chodesh was halel. It was Manatzei Kohanim, it was Manatzei Kohanim, and it was also time when it was a Korban Musaf. So why is it that Halal pushes away its relevant, its corresponding tefillah, which was Shachris? You daven Halal right after Shachris. Maishna Musaf. What about Musaf? The Lo Dachi Didei. Musaf doesn't push off. That you have a Korban Musaf doesn't push off Musaf, it pushes off Mincha. I'm going to Rashi Hash the Lav Didei Dachi Didei Lo Kol Sheken. Rashi says, of course, even when the Mishnah says that it pushes off Mincha, of course, Musaf is included. That's just Mincha also. What he's saying is a different question is it should only push off Musaf, not Mincha. Amalei, Ikar Rabbi Yossi the Kai Kavasya. There's Rabbi Yossi who holds like the Tanya. Rabbi Yossi Omer Kol Yom Sheish Musaf Yesh Maimid. Maimid Demai. Any day there's Musaf, there's a Maimid. Ilem a Maimid the Shachris. Atana Kama Nami Haki Kamar. Tanakama also agrees to the Maimid of Shachris. Ela Maimid the Musaf. If it's pushed, there's a maimed of musaf, it can't be because if there's a korban musaf, it should push away its corresponding maimed. El de mincha, korban eitzem dachi. If it's mincha, you have the korban eitzem. We're telling Rosh Chodesh Teves here, so that was korban eitzem. It should push off mincha. El alav and ila. Must be that the maimed that exists is the maimed of the ila. Shmamina didei dachi, lav didei lo dachi. Shmamina, according to Rabbi Yossi, you see it only pushes away it's Maimed, but not the Maimed of Ne'ilah. Why only the first of Teves is a day where there was no Maimed? Or the first of Nisan also. Amarava, it has all three. Amarava, Zos, Omeres, Halila, Bresharcha, Lavdo, Raisa. The Halal of Rosh Chodesh is not from the Torah. It's not significant enough to push away. You need a halal from the Torah to push away the Maimed. There are 18 days a year that an individual finishes the halal. Meaning he says the entire halal. 8 days of Sukkot, including Shmini Atzeres. 8 days of Chanukah. Yom Tov Rishon Shal Pesach. Yom Tov Rishon Shal Atzeres. The first day of Pesach and the first day of Shavuot, the only day of Shavuot. So Gola. Esra me'echad yom. There's 21 days outside Eretz. There's always Shnei Yom Tov Shal Gol. So therefore you have Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah. 8 days of Chanukah. Shnei Yom Rishon Shal Pesach. 2 first days of Pesach. Yom Tov Shal Atzeres. The 2 days of Shavuos. So you see, it's not Del Rice. Rosh Chodesh, the halal is not Del Rice. Only these 18 days or 21 days are Del Rice. Rav Ikla Bavel. Rav came to Bavel. Chazinu the Kari Halilya. They saw they were reading Hallel on Rosh Chodesh. Shavar Laf Sukino, he wanted to stop them. It came to Chazad, the Kamadagi, the Lugi. He saw they were skipping paragraphs. Like on Rosh Chodesh, you don't say you skip 2 or 3 paragraphs, 2 paragraphs, I think. We don't see all the paragraphs. Amar Shema Mina, Minhag Osem Yadeim. Obviously, it's not the Raisa, but it's a minhag that they're Kabbalah themselves at Rosh Chodesh also. They should just say Hallel. So it's a minhag, so they should keep the minhag. Tana Yachid lo Yaskel v'mhiskel gomer. Yachid though, someone who's saying individually, if you weren't part of the tzibur, it's a minhag for the tzibur. It wasn't a minhag miskabel for a yachid, for a singular person. So therefore, this is where I have a problem with the article. The article says, they translate Yachid lo Yaskel. Individual does not have to start reciting the Halosh Chodesh. Now, I don't know Hebrew that well, but I know pretty much that Yachid lo Yaskel does not usually means individual should not, meaning you're not supposed to say Halal. If you're not davening a minyan, you're not supposed to say Halal Rosh Chodesh. The Hiskel Gomer b'di'eved, if you did start saying it, then you could finish, but it doesn't. It says here, I mean, it's pretty clear to me that Yachid lo Yaskel, you shouldn't be saying it. If you didn't go to minyan, you shouldn't be saying Halal Rosh Chodesh. 5 terrible things happened on Shiva Tammuz. Where do you know that the luchos were brought or broken? The Sanya B'shisha L'chodesh Nidnu Aseres Adibros to Yisrael. The 6th of the month of Sivan, Aseres Adibros were given to Kalish. Yossi Omer B'Shiva, but he argues. He says Matan Torah happened on the 7th day. Man Omer B'Shisha Nisnu B'Shisha. Nisnu v'Shiva Moshe. They were given the 6th day, and publicly Hashem gave them. And the 7th day, Moshe went up Har Sinai. Ma'anar b'Shiva nitnu v'Shiva ala Moshe. Even according to Yossi, that they were given on the 7th day. Again, he agrees that Moshe went up on the 7th day. The Yikra el Moshe b'Yom HaShvi. The 7th day, Hashem called to Moshe. V'chsiva Yom Moshe v'Zochanan. V'yal lahar. V'hi Moshe b'har arba'im yom arba'im layla. Moshe went to the Anan. He went up the mountain, scaled the mountain, and he was there for 40 days and 40 nights. So how do we work that out? Esrem Arba the Sivan. 24 days remaining of Sivan. Meshit started the Tammuz, and 6th day of Tammuz, Malu Luhu Arboim. So your 40 days are complete. But Shiv started the Tammuz, Nachis. The next day he went down. On Shabbat Tammuz he went down. Asav Tavrino Luchos, he broke the Luchos. Ksiv Vayika Sher Karvel Amachne. Vayar Sa'ega Vayishlach Miyadav as a Luchos. Vayishabro Sam Tachas Ahar. Pasukuli says that he broke the Luchos. Batal Ataputal Atamid Gemara. Where do we know that the 17th day of Tammuz? The Talmud was not born anymore. Gemara, it's a tradition. We knew that from Hufka a year. Bid Zayin Hava. The city walls were breached of Yerushalayim were breached before the destruction. That was on the 17th of Tammuz. Achsiv, the Chodesh Haravi, the 4th month. B'Tisha LaChodesh. Tammuz, but the 9th of the month. Vayivsek Arab year. Sivasir Tivakal year. It sounds like the 9th day is the day that it was breached. The walls. Amarava Lokasha. Kamrishana Kamishnia. The Sanya Brishana Hufka a year. B'Tisha B'Tammuz. B'Shnia B'Shiva Sarbo. You're right that the first base of English, the walls were breached on the 9th of Tammuz. Talking about the second base of English in our Mishnah, and that the walls were breached on the 17th day of Tammuz. 17th day of Tammuz. Saraf was Tammuz is the Torah, Gemara. Where do we know that on the 17th of Tammuz, Apustomus, the Greek general, burnt the Torah? That is a tradition. Hemid Selam Behechal. How do you know? On the 17th of Tammuz, he erected an idol in the Heichal. Min al Nechsivim Eis Husar Atomid. When the Talmud was stopped, the Talmud was stopped already before. We learned on Yudzaim and Tammuz. And then it says, Shikutz, an idol, Shomim, a silent idol in the base of Midrash. Chadhav, the Gemara says, was there only one idol? Aksiv, Al Knaf, Shikutzim and Shomim. Shikutzim and Shomim is at least two, it's plural. Amarava, Trehavi, there were really two. One fell on its friend, the Tavrili Aliyada, and broke its hand. Shrakach Tav Aksiv. Ana Savit Lecharuve Beta Yadach Ashlimatle. It was written on the idol that fell on the other idol. I came to destroy the base of Mikdash because the punishment for trying to destroy the base of Mikdash by putting an idol in the Heichal, his hand of the idol was taken off. Till Hashem made the idols fight with each other to prove that they weren't the real gods and Hashem was in control. Hope you have a good week. This is really the daf for Friday, but a little behind. I'm not feeling too well. Have a good week. See you tomorrow. Bye.